Alright, so this is a invisible Pixelgap base core in HQM. Just like that, we're going to be able to access our TC or whatever our loot is through that Pixelgap. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. We'll be able to do it in a triangle core like this, or a 2x2 like that, or a 2x1. You could do two of the same thing. You could actually make it a full 2x2 and double it up, or you could do egg base or whatever core you want. It's going to be super nice and super easy. Alright, so we're going to show you how to do Bear Rug Invisible Pixelgap base cores with HQM Invisible Pixelgap. It is a large Pixelgap when it's not HQM. And we can do it in any base core footprint. We don't have any egg footprint shown, but we just have 2x1, 2x2, where you can just use the same 2x1, or you could do double all the 4 squares, like 2 of these and side by side. Or you could do it all in triangles and just put a TC in a single armored triangle with a Pixelgap that no one really knows what's going on to see or even know where the Pixelgap is. And when it's HQM, there's only a specific spot that you can reach your boxes and TC on, and you're not going to know where this spot is unless you watch this specific video. So I'm going to make this video 2 hours long and 39 minutes. I'm going to put it in the last minute. I'm joking. And it's just based on which way the floor is. You do get a gap on one side that's closer and on one side that's farther. It's going to be super nice and super easy. So you're just going to crouch on this box, line yourself up with your HQM graphic. You may need to turn them details up if you can't see these dots, but you're going to line yourself up with the left side of the dots and just look down slightly above the gap on the left side of the dots. And you'll be able to access it right there, the box. I have a box on this side, or the TC. And this is on the left side of the square floor. And on the right side, it's a bit farther out to the left. We just saw it there. And right there will be our TC. And we can access our TC. So one side is close and one side is far, and it won't. Looks like this side works here as well, just because the TC is massive and you could hit it from any direction. But when there's a barrel over there, you can only reach it on the far side. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. And we'll show you do it in the triangle. And then for your solid triangle TC with the Pixelgap there, you can sometimes get it when you're standing at a different angle, like that. You can just access it, or you could do it just on a small box like normal all the time. And the gap disappears as soon as you go HQM, and then it's right there. Pretty decent with triangle. It's really easy. And additionally, when you start off, you could do everything stone and then just use 7 HQM for that, and it covers the gap, and it's still easily accessible until you do this HQM, and at that point you get the huge hitbox of this HQM, so you have to do it at the specific spot. Try and look over here, right there. And again, super nice, super easy. You could have this as a base core. Who's gonna know? And then again, we'll show you how to put some oil refineries through it if we do large box height. Very nice. Alright, it's incredibly simple to do. Obviously, you're just going to do a twig 2x1, bear rug skull facing away, crouch, building plan triangle foundation. You want to make sure this is at least taller than a large box. You can put one on the ground if you are worried about it, but I know you want the whole bottom twig, all of the twig on the bottom, that whole bottom horizontal thing, taller than a large box. Just go ahead and estimate it right about there. Hold Alt, click triangle foundation. Move up on top of the bear rug to give us our Pixelgap, our big bear gap, and move this back in, connect it like that. Pick up your bear rug, shoot that twig out, push the low foundation out for whatever foundation you want. We'll do a 2x1. Break that again. I've got tons of videos on doing this for each footprint with these missing gaps here. And you're going to upgrade your high foundation. We just want one triangle for the high foundation like this that we pushed over. And then this is all low foundation. And the basis of the bunker is going to be half wall off the high, floor off the high, and then half wall like that. And then we'll go ahead and surround everything here with low foundation walls. Just like this. And then we can put our TC here. just like that. And then we can upgrade, you will be able to see the gap with anything but HQM. You can upgrade just that to HQM and no one's really gonna know. And since you just have TC in here, you'll put a bag like this. And then you can put a salvage shelf in here with transferring frags from the outside in here. It requires no workbench. Craft a salvage shelf and then a vertical barrel salvage shelf that you can place right here. And then you would stick a vertical barrel as far as you can out right here. And then you'll be able to access it in that gap. And keep in mind with this foundation here for an oil refinery, sometimes you won't be able to lift it up through the floor. Even if you have, like right here, I can lift it up. But sometimes if you can't, you just need to place a ladder. You just need to place a ladder like this. You may need to break your shelf if you already placed it. Place a ladder like this, come up here, and then find the angle with your oil refinery and lift it up like this through the floor. Like this to make sure it's as tall as it can through the floor. Tall as it can be through the floor. And just like that, so you don't mess up your oil refinery replacement. And then you have a nice 2x2, 2x1, or 2x2 if you expand it this way, or just do it twice on each side with a pixel gap for the TC. And while the walls are not HQM, you don't need a small box to get the angle really. It's just a big HQM hitbox that you want a small box to crouch on, or maybe just a small box now. Either way, we'll do the same thing. Let me just get the two bear offset triangles going. Alright, so now obviously if you want to do a 2x2 everything, you want to build off of the low, cover it with the huge bear gap on the high. So you can build a 2x2 and do the same thing like that, or solid triangles. You would just go ahead and do whatever you want to do. You could bring this one back and have a triforce like this and have a teardrop core, and then you would just do a half wall off the high triangle. And on a single triangle you could do, this is a low wall and a high foundation floor, so there will be that gap there. We could seal it off like this and just put our TC in here just like that, and then we could upgrade this to HQM and access our gap just through this side, because this is our half wall on this is our complete high foundation. There's not going to be a gap here. That's just a normal wall to floor connection. And this is our low foundation with the... Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, you just need the one half wall off the low foundation and the floor overhanging it from the high foundation. And then we could access whatever in here. We could literally just do it for our TC, or we could surround the whole thing like this and have just a gap opening with a barrel like right here to access, just to transfer loot through this. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. You could have easy horizontal floor, big bear gaps that are invisible with HQM. And for egg base, you do the same thing. Again, you build off the low, that is the high. We'll build off the low for an egg base foundation, just like this. And this is our one high triangle foundation that will create our bunker on like this. And then we could surround our egg base stuff like this. And then we could have low half walls here for access on both sides. And make sure that one is HQM so the gap disappears, and just like that you would have an egg base with this invisible egg base starter with this pixel gap invisible core, and you would do the same thing for whatever footprint you wanted to do. Super nice, super easy.